Hello to all good people of the world. This is Paul Wittekind returning to you today with the universal law of numbers, and we have them right here. And what the universal law of numbers does is it gives us basically a grand design of the fabric of the universe. Now, today's demonstration, as I promised, I will teach you how to square very large numbers. And we're going to start off with these numbers right here. It's the numbers between 1 and 999,999,999. Now, I know that's not so large just yet, but we have to get started somewhere. And considering that most people cannot square numbers past maybe 15 or 20, you'll be way ahead of the game. Now, I promised to show you the trick, and we're going to get started with that in about 30 seconds or so. However, when I do show you how this works, there's a lot more to gain than just simply learning a simple magic trick. Because what we're discovering is something about this pattern. Now, these numbers, for instance, in the universal law of numbers, 369 code, we have numbers that appear. So this is the same exact thing as the universal law of numbers 369 code. These are just the numbers that start out before they are reduced. Now, this myriad of numbers, they have a relationship with each other. There's ways to get from here to here, but only certain ways, because numbers abide by a certain system, a pattern. And the pattern basically works like this. Now, when I show you this one, I'm showing you exactly the same thing as the two pieces of paper before that, because this is the universal law of numbers code, and it just shows that it continues on in all directions at the same time. Okay, 149779419. It's in the middle, 149779. Here's the universal law of numbers. It goes this way, this way, this way, and this way. The way it goes this way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is a 1. 2 is a, 11 is a 2, and 2 squared is a 4. 12 is 3, 3 squared is a 9, etc. If we put a minus sign in front of those numbers, they will still be the same numbers. When we go down in the universal law of numbers code, we have 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1. And basically it's 2 squared is 4, 2 to the third is 8, 2 to the fourth is 16, 2 to the fifth, 32, 2 to the fifth, 6, 64, 128, then it goes to 256, and 512, 1024, 2048, 4096, 8192, etc. It will always keep on repeating in that same pattern. And the same thing goes on when we go in the upwards direction, because if we put, for instance, here, which would be the square root of 4, and we square that square root of 4, well, it's just going to be a 4 again. So basically what this universal law of numbers is, it gives us, what it does is it gives us an understanding of the internal workings of the universe that we live in. And I would refer to it as the key to the universe. So before we do our first magic trick, which I promise quickly, I just want to cover quick basics. This is the 369 code. 248751 is the 369 code. It's made up of 147 and 258. And 147 is a 3, 258 is a 6, 3 plus 6 is 9, 369 is 9, 248751 is 9, 2 and 1 is a 3, 4 and 8 is 12 is a 3, 5 and 7 is 12 is a 3, 2 and 4 is a 6, 8 and 7, 15 is a 6, 5 and 1 is a 6, 1 and 8 is a 9, 2 and 7 is a 9, and of course 5 and 4 is a 9. So that's just to help you get started to understand, because even though we're going to be doing a traditional, conventional mathematical exercise, I want you to understand that today in particular, we are really studying this 147 code, and the 369 code is always operating in the background, whether we realize it or not. But if you do realize it, then you will be able to use it to basically understand numbers, the way they interrelate, and mathematics and science, and you can use it for art or music, even literature, poetry. It's all mathematically based. So when we have well, basically, we've been conditioned to look at numbers in a certain way. So if we look at these numbers, for instance, 147, we believe and understand that to be less than 258. However, and 369 is more than 147 and 258. However, in the universe, it doesn't really, the universe treats that rather indifferently, okay? Basically, what we have is we have the direction. We have the direction going up, the direction going down, the direction going to the sides, and that's what it does. And it's always in a perfect symmetrical arrangement. Because what we have here is we have 149, 779, 419. Whenever we square numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, it will always follow that particular sequence. Now, we like to just entertain the notion for the, for the minutes it takes to get through this presentation, that maybe the number system is something a little bit different than we were taught, and it's really something far more esoteric, far more magical, and it's a pure manifestation of the truth. Now, here we have these codes, and they're triangles, and inside of the circle we see the 147 code, and we see the 258 code, and we see the 369 code right here. And then we can ask ourselves, well, which one of those triangles is really any bit bigger than the other? And as we know, they're both the same size. So that's the first thing we want to gain insight into. So this is the 369 code again, and we can just write it like that. But first we will write it like this, and that's the 369 code. It's just written in a different way. If we want to do it like that, we're going to do algebra. If we just do it the other way, we're just going to be doing simple arithmetic, but this arithmetic that we do has rather profound implications. So anyway, the numbers are never going to change. 1, 4, 7, 7, 7, 9, 4, 1, 9. So if we understand that, we've made a little bit of progress along the way. And what I want to do is we want to take this journey out to the universe, and here we go from 1 to 5 million. But as you know, today we're going to take it to a much larger number. We're going to go to 999 million, 1,000 million, and beyond. And in order to do that, the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to basically to get a grasp of what's going on. So we'll do the first magic trick, just so not to disappoint. And we're going to take a piece of paper, rip it in half, and on one of those pieces of paper, write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and crumble it up. And on the other piece of paper, write 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and crumple it up. And take both those pieces of paper, crumpled up, and put them inside of a fist and two hands, and crumple them up really, really good, and now pull them out. Now, when you pull them out, you have the answer to our first 9-digit number that we squared. That number would be 111,111,111. So we multiply that by itself, and we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you do it on the calculator, it's not going to show it to you like that, because your calculator is a machine. And we are human beings. And we can understand that this thing here is giving us a clue. It's showing us there's something going on. It's giving us a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to recognize that pattern. And as I go through these sheets or whatever of paper, you don't have to pay attention so much to anything about, how these numbers are all doing things together. We're just looking to see if we can find a pattern, because we have a clue. Now, what is squaring a number in the first place? Now, I'm going to show you how to square these particular numbers, and I guess that's 81 numbers. But between 1 and 1,000 million, for instance, a billion, we have a billion numbers. And now, in order to square numbers, really there's only one way to learn how to do it. In order to square 3-digit numbers, well, you just have to know what all the 2-digit numbers are first. So that's how it's done, and there are tricks and there are certain numbers you can use, certain techniques that make it a little bit easier, but you know, there's one technique that works for all of them. I won't go through that right now. But there are about 5 or 6 or 7 different techniques to multiply 3-digit numbers. And if you know all of the techniques, then you can do it easier because you have a better understanding of how the system works. So what we're doing today is we're just going to understand that there are these patterns. And I already spoke of the main grand design pattern, which is the 369 code. But here's some other patterns. There are myriads of patterns within the 369 code. Now, when we square a number, what are we doing? Basically, what we're doing is we're making a box. A box is a square. If it's 2, it's going to go 2 across and 2 down. And it's going to equal 4. And when we add up this number, it's 4. When we add up this number, it's 6. This number is going to be 2 more than this number. And this number over here is going to be 2 squared more than the number when you add up this going across, this row going across, this row going across. They're all going to increase by 4 because it's 2 squared. Now, that's a pattern as well. And maybe I think a lot of people, when they square numbers, they don't realize what they're doing, but they're making a square out of the number. Here's the number, here's the square. 3 squared is 9, 3 across, 3 down, goes up by 3 every time like this, up by 9 every time like this. And it gives us the 369 code, 147258 369. We remember those. Now, you're going to get the 369 code in a fashion like that with the 3 6s and 9s, but the 4 and the 5, well, the 1 and the 2, they have to make the transition. The 4 and the 5 has to make the transition. But when we get to the 6, we already are back into that 369, the way we like to look at it, easy. 174, 285, 396. Now, I didn't reduce the numbers yet, so we'll just look at these numbers in the conventional sense like that. The squares of 1 through 9, and we're up to 8, and that's 64. So these will go up by 64, each one of these. These will go up by 8, each one of these. And whatever this adds up to is going to be the same thing as that adds up to, because it is a square. And now we have 9 squared. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly show you that same exact sequence, but we're going to have the numbers reduced, and we will see how the 369 code evolves. We get up to 3, we see it's 369 258 147. 4 and 5 will make the transition, and then 6 will show it clearly again. 174, 174, 1417, 396, 639, 528, 285. That's the 369 code, and we have 7 and 8, and then we're going to come to 9, and we have the 369 code again because it goes 1, 4, 9, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 is a manifestation, the first manifestation of the actual 369 code. Now, one thing we want to basically get a little bit of insight upon is that these numbers, and there's a reason for it, and we're going to look at it quickly right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's universal. Now we're going to have, what we see is it's the same numbers, but they're changing direction. 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1. 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1. 4, 7, 1, 7, 1, 4, 4, 1, 7. Okay, so this is what happens when we're squaring these numbers. Now, these numbers, they follow sequences, just like the universal law of numbers code follows a sequence. When we're multiplying numbers, we're getting them the same numbers going in different directions. So basically, this is 490 squared to basically we're going to do till 510 squared with the next one. And what we see is we see this sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 being squared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up here it's going to be 0, 0. And if we keep going, well, in that direction, it's going to go 2, 1, because 11 squared is 121. Then it's going to end with 44, because 12 squared is 144. Then it's going to end with 69, because 13 squared is 69, 169. And that's where these numbers are coming from, and they're always following the sequence. So in the previous one, we see that this number is going up from 241 to 249. This number is going up in that direction. In this direction, this number is going down in that direction. It's going up in this direction. However, these numbers on the side, they are going up in the same direction. So you see, basically the same numbers are moving around, and they're just kind of rotating around in this one big myriad, intricate, connected web of numbers that follow a sequence. And, okay, so here we have x squared. So all of these numbers are the squares, the cube, fourth power, fifth power, sixth power, seventh power, eighth power, ninth power, 10th power, 11th power, 12th power, 13th power, 14th power, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They go on forever. But they're all moving in sequence at the same time. That's 6 different dimensions down here, revolving and rotating, and you know, a sequence repeating itself, as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So all of these numbers are always repeating themselves in the different directions. It's just something to point out. Now this is going to be very easy for you to see, and that's all you have to do. You're not doing the arithmetic with me per se, but you can. I mean, it's easy enough. But all I'm showing to you essentially is we get a pattern. And we see now we're at 11 squared. We went 1 squared. That's like that, 11 squared. And now it's 2 over, 2 down, and there's a 2 in the middle. 1, 2, 2. On both sides, 1. So 111 squared is going to do the same thing. It'll go to 3, and then it'll go 2, 1. Now, as I say, the universe is somewhat, it's not that it doesn't understand the difference between, 147 and 741, but it's not calculating your taxes in your bank account. What it's doing is it's designing a symmetry. So if I say 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, well, that's identical to 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And it really is. And that's a point that I'm trying to make here. That's one thing we want to point out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1 is the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyway, this is the old-fashioned way that we multiply these numbers that you learn in whatever, 3rd grade or something like that. And what you see, now I'm not suggesting or encouraging people to do arithmetic this way. All I'm doing is this helps to illustrate how the design is formed. Because you can see already that here you're getting some sort of a triangle with the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. As simple as that. So now, just showing you this, I think you should be able to figure out quite easily how to multiply the numbers 1 squared, 11 squared, 111 squared, 1,111 squared, 11,111, all the way to 111,111,111 squared, because it's as simple as that. But I'm just going to keep on showing you that what I'm doing is I'm constantly taking it to one step